2, 1. Hi, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. So can you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yes, I'm Justin Sandrow. I go to Temple University. That's about it.
What are you currently majoring in?
I'm majoring in marketing right now, but I might switch that at a certain point. I'm not really sure what I want to do yet.
Okay. What's the reason that you decided to go into marketing?
I just took like 2 marketing classes in high school and I really liked them. I just thought the topic was interesting.
Cool. So tell the viewers a little bit about where you grew up, your hometown, like your best friend, like that kind of stuff.
All right, so I grew up in Havertown, Pennsylvania. It's in Delaware County. We're Delco. It's kind of trashy, but it's not a trashier part of Delco. It's a nicer part of Delco.
Okay. What makes you say it's trashy then?
Just the way it looks and the people there, they dress trashy.
Mm.
I don't know. Delco gets this bad reputation, so we just kind of grouped into that.
Yeah.
So my best friend growing up was Joey Piergiovanni. We met in kindergarten.
True friendship, yeah.
True friendship. Stems in when we're fucking 5 years old.
Yeah.
Can we curse on here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so he went to my elementary school for kindergarten and first grade, then he got transferred to another elementary school, but we still kept in touch, and then middle school and high school we were still friends. At a certain point in, I would say, sophomore year, when my group of friends started drinking and doing all that kind of stuff, partying, he kind of like stepped away, and then I don't really see him much anymore. He kind of he went MIA on me.
Gotcha. Where is he in the same grade? Like, does he go to college now?
Yeah, he goes to Delaware County Community College. So
very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of colleges, we're currently at Temple University, and I'm curious what influenced your decision to come here over other colleges.
Yeah. So I applied to 4 colleges. I applied to Temple, UConn, Drexel, and Pitt. I got into all of them. Drexel and UConn were more expensive than the others, so if I didn't get financial aid from either of those, I wasn't going to go, and I didn't end up getting any.
Yeah.
Pitt and Temple, so it came down to Pitt and Temple in the end. I feel like I chose Temple just because I'm closer. It's about a 30-minute drive from my house.
Yeah.
Pitt is like 6 hours or something like that.
Do you make frequent visits home then, since you're close?
I used to. I haven't this semester for some reasons, but
for some reasons. Yeah.
But yeah,
for some reasons we'll later discuss.
Yeah. And yeah, so my whole family went to Temple too. My dad, my brother just graduated last year. My aunt, my grandpa, like we're just a Temple family. So.
Very nice. Cool. So with your family, you have just one sibling then?
Yeah, I have one brother.
Okay, and he just graduated.
He just graduated, but he graduated like 2 years late, so he's 24
okay.
right now. So
cool.
It's like
Does he have like a job that's set up after college?
No, not really. He's kind of
Not everyone does,
yeah. He's doing his own thing right now, but he's looking. I think he has some interviews set up.
Cool.
In the future.
You know what he majored in?
He was a political science major.
Okay, very cool. So with your family, you say you have, I guess, a very close relationship with your parents, considering you go back and forth a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm really close with my parents. They're really good people.
Cool.
Yeah.
So speaking about your childhood, when you were growing up, what was kind of the fun stuff that you did? Like, were you a good student? Like, what kind of student were you? Like in high school? Or middle school?
All right. So in elementary school, I was a very good student. I was in seminar, which is like for the gifted kids.
The advanced.
Advanced kids. So I always, throughout, I'd say elementary and middle school, I had this kind of like bloated idea of myself. Bloated ego, yeah.
Ego as a kindergartner.
I wasn't douchey. Yeah. I wasn't douchey about it, but I don't know. I went through elementary, middle, and high school with ease, basically. It wasn't very difficult for me.
Yeah.
College is definitely another animal, yeah. Different ball game. Yeah, that's about it. When I got into high school, I kind of became more self-aware, and I started to like understand that not everyone is like the same. Like people have different ways of learning, different paces. So
I've kind of noticed like So I'm a sophomore now, but during my freshman year, I went to Arcadia University, which is a lot smaller, so we had smaller classrooms and everything. And I just remember in high school there would be always that one kid that would kind of mess around and like just totally guide the class in a different direction. Like you could call him a class clown or something.
Mm-hmm.
But there was always like, in my opinion, fun people that made the class entertaining. And there are still people that make the classes entertaining, but it's not in the same way anymore. Like everyone is in college for a reason, so there's no reason to goof off. And that's something that I kind of miss, just like having fun. Like, of course, we're like here to learn, and you go to your class to actually get information to make you prepared like for a job in the real world. But just having that like little moment of like 10 minutes in class where someone's just like messing around, talking to the teacher, is something that I definitely miss.
I miss that too. There were definitely no real consequences in high school. In college, it's your money that you're wasting by not paying attention. So.
Exactly. So we're currently in our second semester. What kinds of things have you learned so far from your first semester and even into now?
Okay, so I would say go to class. Just go to class. Don't skip. It really just fucks everything up. Sleep as much as you can because you were always tired.
Yeah.
Always tired.
That's true.
And then when you're not in class or sleeping, just party. Just have fun.
That's solid.
Just don't waste any of your time.
Yeah.
And work out. Like, just work out, eat healthy.
Yeah.
Just stop. Don't eat shit because it comes back to bite you.
Yeah, that's true. Like, being on meal plans, it becomes easy to, like, just pig out and get, like, whatever. Like, is it J&H that has the meal swipes where you can just go in and then serve yourself anything?
Yeah, it's a cafeteria, pretty much.
Yeah. I had that, my freshman year at my old school, and I would always grab so much food, and I'd always end up eating like maybe 1 or 2 giant meals of the day and not spread them out equally. But I always have eaten relatively well, but it becomes easy to just like stuff your face when you're not eating as much.
Yeah, when it's available, you're going to indulge, which is just a bad thing.
So
bad habit to get into.
Speaking about like, so if we're like making priorities of things to do, we have schoolwork first, and you should also pair that with sleep because that ties into how well you can do in school. Partying, you listed, was the third one. Do you mean partying as just activities that are recreational, or specifically like going out at night and doing things?
I'd say a little bit of both. Going out at night and like just going to parties, going to frats or house parties, it's kind of like an integral part of college. Like you really learn how to like take care of yourself.
Or friends, for that matter.
Yeah,
too.
take care of friends. Also, like, joining clubs, definitely. I'm not really in any clubs right now. But next semester, for sure, when I have the time, I will.
So we spoke earlier about touching on the other subjects. So you're not in any clubs, but you are in some sort of organization that takes a lot of time.
Yes.
Explain that.
So, me and you are pledging Alpha Tau Omega fraternity right now. It takes up a lot of time, but we have a lot of fun, and in the end, it'll all be worth it. Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of what I want to say, like, kind of what I expected, like, going into rushing a fraternity. Like, the amount of time I definitely underestimated, though. Like, I thought it would be something I could just do on the side.
Yep.
I was planning on being in, like, 3 other clubs while being in this organization.
Yeah.
Like, that's really not possible if you're trying to keep on top of all your classes. Like, I'm taking 5 classes, I have this other time commitment, and I also have a job now on campus. And first semester, I would drive home to work at a job at home. So you really got to learn to manage your time once you're in college, especially when you have certain organizations that take a huge part of your time away.
Yes, I feel like huge is an understatement.
Yeah.
For the time commitment.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a
lot, but it's definitely a lot of fun as well.
Oh yeah, we always have fun.
So, was it what you expected going into pledging a fraternity?
It's about that, yeah. As you touched on, like, the time commitment is more than I expected.
Yeah.
They told us it was like 15 hours a week. Like, we'd be.
It's like basically another part-time job.
Yeah, it's like a part-time job or adding another like 3 credit class to your curriculum. But it's kind of blown out of proportion, I would say. It's closer to 20 to 25 hours a week.
Yeah, I'd probably say that, so.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. What is your favorite part of being in this process, or just the entirety of what you've been doing?
So, beforehand, all of the brothers were telling me, like, it's the greatest fun you never want to have again. And, like, that's honestly, that's such a true statement. It's so much fun, but you never want to do it again.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, 9-10 weeks ago,
Yeah,
like, we were all
10
just...
now.
10,
We'll be hitting our 10th week, like, tomorrow.
Yeah. So we didn't know each other at all. And within that 10-week period, we've become, like, all just best friends.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've known you guys for 20 years.
Yeah, there's 22 of us in our current pledge class, and that's more than this fraternity has ever seen, and I think more than what most fraternities see, especially going to, I mean, we're at a relatively decently sized school, but I'd say like somewhere probably like Penn State would have probably like much more pledges going into their fraternities.
Yeah.
But what's significant about us is like we haven't really had anybody drop. We've had one person that had to drop because of medical reasons, but there were only 2 others out of the entire pledge class that accepted their bid that did drop, and that's like insane. Like all the brothers were really happy that we had this opportunity to have almost nobody drop. Well, we really didn't have anybody drop until like last week or 2 weeks ago. And that was a big like stab in the heart. I mean, we still like the guys, like they're really cool people. We just wish they would have talked to us a little more.
Stuck through it.
Yeah, stuck through the stuff. But if it's not something that that they expected it would be like, I don't blame them.
Yeah, there's no shame in not wanting to do it.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, we miss them though.
Yeah, they're good guys.
So, being experienced with parties from, I guess we could call you a G'd, like. So if some of the listeners don't know, there is a term that is used to call people that aren't in Greek life, which is a goddamn independent, so a GDI, and the abbreviation for that is GED. So if you ever hear like someone saying like, oh, that's a GED over there, that's just somebody who's not involved in Greek life.
Yep.
And like before I joined a fraternity, like I just thought it was just a term, but it seems to be kind of derogatory.
Oh, it's
like,
extremely derogatory.
Like I really don't feel like being in, well, I guess we're not technically in yet, but being in a fraternity, I really don't feel makes me like a cooler person or a better person than anybody.
I agree with that.
And I don't like people that think that way either.
Me neither.
It's annoying. Like when I was coming here first semester and I wasn't in anything, I'd like try to get in frat parties. I'd come with a good amount of girls too, and they'd always give me a hard time just because I was a dude. And that kind of sucks because just because you're in an organization doesn't make you like better than anybody else. And I really feel like you shouldn't take advantage of the position that you're in. Like, people are just trying to go to have fun at a party. You shouldn't be like a jerk to them.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah. So, anything else that you've learned so far in this and last semester? Whether it be like regarding academics, time management, or even just like a changed perspective on Greek and sorority life.
I mean, time management is definitely one of the biggest struggles in college. My advice is, like, whenever you get an assignment, work on it as soon as you can. Don't wait till the last minute, because that has screwed me a couple times. Look at your study guides that you get. Like, just look at them. It'll help. Anything helps than doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like, just do something. Don't do nothing.
I can't stress enough, just go to class. That pays off so much.
Yeah, and you're paying for it. Like, this is your hard-earned money that is going towards your education, and if you just don't take advantage of that opportunity, then it's, I don't know, it's just not a good thing.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
If you were to give yourself advice as a high school senior, whether it be at the beginning or the end of the year for your senior year, what would you say to yourself regarding college?
It's a hard question. I would say don't like go to a school where like you know people, or not that, but like don't go to a school because of somebody else.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like I always hear stories of like people in relationships, like the guy goes to the school and the girl just chooses to go to the school because of that, and then they break up within the year, and it's like they just regret it so much.
And there were some people from my high school that had a similar situation, and they ended up coming here to Temple.
Really?
And they ended up breaking up, and now I think at least one person goes to another school now. I'm not sure about the other one.
Yeah.
But it's just a shame, like, especially if you have opportunities that are bigger than what they may be at another school. You shouldn't base, like, of course everyone going into college is like, oh, we're going to be together forever. And it sounds kind of cynical to say, like, it's most likely not true, but it's just like you're a teenager and you really don't know what you want, and you think you're going to be with somebody, but people change, especially going into college. Like, it's a whole different experience, and not to say that you should break up with your significant other just to experience other people, but just the experience in general with being surrounded by new friends, new personalities that you're not even used to. Like, it can change the way that you are molded into, because everyone becomes a new person after meeting people. I think that way, like, all the time. Like, whenever I meet somebody, like, I try to look at it as a piece of them can somehow incorporate into, like, who I am.
Yeah.
So that happens a lot, like, in college. Like, you're going to meet so many people, especially if you go to a big school like Temple and you're living in a dorm and you're seeing people all the time. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, you really do change into a new person, and it's not for the bad either.
Oh, no.
You learn so much.
Yeah. There's so many different personalities and different backgrounds that you, like, start to integrate with, and it just becomes a part of you.
Yeah.
I mean, your roommates, your floor mates, your friends from class, like, everything, just, it molds you into a different person than you were in high school.
And it helps with perspective, too. Like, there are, I can't speak for everybody, but there are some, like, pretty rough childhoods that some people have had, and I don't think I was fully aware of that going into college. Like, some people have it really rough, and going to college is sort of like their escape. Like, some people may be the first in their family to go to a university.
Yeah.
And just that opportunity, it weighs heavier on some people than others. Like, some people kind of just slack off and not really care, whatever.
Yep.
But, it has really given me a perspective on, I don't want to say how rough some people have it, because everybody grows and becomes a better person from all the hardships that they experience, but it just has really given me perspective.
For sure. I mean, Donovan from our pledge class, I know he was the first person in his family to go to college. Yeah. And he's definitely taking advantage of the opportunity. He's a really good student. He's just a good guy overall.
Absolutely.
Does a lot.
He's a person that really, like, goes above and beyond, I think.
Yeah. He's a natural born leader, I would say.
That's true. If you guys don't know Donovan, he is always giving us motivational speeches at the end of our meetings and always hyping us up whenever we have some sort of event, and it's really awesome. We get like really lit.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's fun.
So I guess we'll finish off with giving advice to early college students. I guess we kind of covered that in the high school section, but what would you say to somebody who's just starting off college, is super nervous, and doesn't know what to expect?
I would say in high school, a lot of people are really nervous about what other people think of them. It's definitely more of a high school thing.
Yeah.
People judge a lot more in high school. Like in college, you could see somebody like that's just out, like, wearing something outrageous. I can't even think of anything, but like you just don't think of them the same way as you do in high school. Yeah. It's just people living their life in college, but like while in high school, it's just a weirdo.
I agree. That's really good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for being on the show.
No problem. Thanks for having me again. It was fun.
Mechanism.